If you grow up in Delhi, you start life already in debt. Not money, but time. The debt comes in tiny particles, too small to see, that fill the air day and night. This is PM 2.5. Dust, soot, and chemicals from factories, traffic, and crop burning. It passes through your lungs and into your blood, quietly damaging your heart and shortening your life. Here, the numbers are stark. Delhi's air, on average, has a concentration of PM 2.5 18 times the World Health Organization's safe limit. Meeting that limit could give the average resident back 10 years of life, but the smog is relentless. In winter, smoke drifts in from farm fires hundreds of miles away. The city wakes to skies so thick and gray they blot out the sun. In Delhi, each breath doesn't keep you alive. It brings you closer to the end. Thousands of miles away, in Granada, Spain, the problem looks different. And more beautiful at first. On clear days, the Sierra Nevada mountains rise sharp against the sky. But then, the wind changes and the air turns golden. This is Sahara dust, carried across the Mediterranean in vast clouds that can blanket southern Europe. It's part of nature's rhythm, but when it mixes with exhaust from cars and heating in the winter, the air quality plummets. Granada's PM 2.5 levels average just 15 micrograms, far better than Delhi, but still enough to shave months or years off of a lifetime. Here, the problem isn't constant choking smog, but waves of pollution that come and go, each one an invisible scratch on the public's health. Scientists now track these dust events like storms because they can spike hospital admissions for asthma, heart problems, and strokes. And yet, history shows that cities can change their air. Which brings us to Los Angeles, a city that has lived through both extremes. In the 1970s, LA's smog was legendary. Schoolyards stood empty as children were kept indoors. Mountains vanished beneath a permanent brown haze. It was the price of booming industry, highways, and cars. But unlike Delhi's seasonal smog or Granada's golden dust, this was an everyday reality, a toxic ceiling that refused to lift. People started speaking out, not just activists, but parents, doctors, and teachers. They brought photographs of brown skies to city meetings. They shared stories of kids coming home with headaches or athletes gasping on the track. Scientists measured the air and confirmed what everyone already felt in their lungs. This wasn't just unpleasant, it was dangerous. The breaking point came when lawmakers finally passed the Clean Air Act, giving California the power to set the strictest emissions standards in the country. Factories installed filters, refineries changed their processes, automakers were forced to redesign engines, making cars cleaner and more efficient. It was expensive, it was messy, and it was worth it. Year by year, the haze began to lift. By the 1990s, you could stand downtown on a clear day and actually see the mountains again. Children could play outside without wheezing, hospital visits for asthma began to fall. But the story isn't over. Wildfire smoke, driven by hotter, drier summers, now pushes PM 2.5 to Delhi-like levels, if only for days or weeks. One bad fire season can erase years of air quality gains. Los Angeles didn't become a perfect city. Wildfires and car culture still bring back bad air some days, but it became proof that a place can rewrite its future, that a city can trade decades of lost health for decades of life regained. These three cities couldn't be more different, in culture, in geography, and in wealth, but the science is the same. The dirtier the air, the shorter the life. The Air Quality Life Index shows that PM 2.5 pollution can cut more years from the average lifespan than HIV, malaria, or unsafe water. And unlike those threats, you can't avoid it by choice. You have to breathe. And that's the choice every city faces now. From Delhi to Granada to Los Angeles itself. At Forever Green, we believe in telling the stories that matter. We share stories like this to connect people who care about cleaner air, a healthier planet, and a better future. Subscribe for more in-depth explorations of the systems that shape our planet. The air will decide how long we live, but we still get to decide what kind of air we breathe.